guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you something that is so awesome and perfect for summer. Now, as you can see, I'm very casual today because it's hot out. And we're entertaining later on, and I wanted to keep things really casual and fun. And for dessert, so I have cousins of mine coming for dinner, and I thought, well, what can I make them for dessert? They love chocolate chip cookies and they love ice cream. So when all else fails, I know I can whip up some good cookies and some ice cream on hand, and I'm good to go. But I thought, what can I do to make things even a little bit more special? And I thought, why not make my edible ice cream cookie dough bowls? That way I can serve the ice cream right in there. I look like a rock star, but they take absolutely no time or effort to put together. The list of ingredients you're gonna need are very basic, nothing crazy. It's just kind of my standard cookie dough recipe. Flour, salt, baking soda, granulated sugar, brown sugar, an egg, some semi-sweet or milk chocolate chips, whatever you prefer, vanilla, and some unsalted butter that's been softened at room temperature. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my chocolate chips. I find that this works so much better for when you're rolling out the dough. And I'm going to put this into my little mini food processor or whatever you have. And I am just going to pulse these until they become a lot smaller in size. You can just use a shaved bar of chocolate, but you know what? I always have chocolate chips on hand, and this just works. It works just as well. So keep pulsing until you've got like almost like a powdery, crumbly texture from the chocolate chips. That is what I want it to look like. You can use, like I said, a bar of chocolate and just chop it up yourself, but this works just as well. I'm going to make mine in a bowl with a spatula, no fancy equipment, because I want you to see that you don't need anything fancy from making the dough to shaping them to get a really cool dessert that everybody's going to be impressed by. In my bowl, I'm going to start off with some unsalted butter that I've softened and both kinds of sugar. And I am just going to work this together until the butter is incorporated well with the sugar. Looking good. I'm going to add my egg along with a good splash of vanilla. A little bit is good, a lot is better when it comes to vanilla. And I'm just going to mix this together until the egg is mixed with the butter and the sugar. And again, you don't have to use a specific or a particular machine for this. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just need to get everything mixed together. Okay, got the dry ingredients and our chocolate rubbles. Now, you might not think that this is a lot of chocolate, but it really is. And the thing is, the reason why I like to do this method instead of just putting the chocolate chips in, which you can, is that I feel like when you're rolling it out, it just kind of holds together better. And so I think that's why I like it with this particular recipe. And that way you just kind of get chocolate throughout the entire thing. And who doesn't love that? Just mix this together until you've got some cookie dough. This looks great. We've got some plastic wrap. Now this has to go in the fridge to set for a little bit. So a couple hours will do. You can even do this the night before if you want to. You're just going to need to bring it to room temperature for about 20 minutes before you start rolling it if you do leave it in there overnight. But all you do is kind of pull it together with your hands for just a second, and then you just use your plastic wrap. You want to just flatten this into a nice disc and pop it in the fridge to set for a little bit. My dough was in the fridge for about 2 hours. Now what I've done is I've got my oven preheated to 375, and I'm taking a good old muffin tin or cupcake tin, whatever you call it, flip it upside down and just spray it with some non-stick cooking spray, and then I like to put it in a baking sheet so that it makes it easier to get in and out of the oven. So now all you're going to do is flour your surface and then just roll this out. See why I like to put the chocolate chips in the processor? Now you've got chocolate all over your dough instead of just having chocolate chips here and there. See, I think of everything around here. So just roll this out until you've got a nice even disc, and then we'll cut them out. Now once you've got your dough rolled out, take a bowl, a cookie cutter, a biscuit cutter, whatever is big enough. I'm going to give you the measurements of mine in the recipe on my website. All you're going to do is just cut out little circles. You can use whatever you got. This is a ravioli cutter. Totally not meant for the job, but you know what? It works. Cut them out. Take this off. And then gently. You don't want, the reason why I like to take a spatula is because I don't like to apply too much flour. Otherwise your cookie is going to be really floury and heavy. And then you just take one of the discs, you put it around one of the muffin tins like so. You can use a smaller one. I like a bigger one like this because I like an edge. And just do it like that. Now you're not going to be able to put your next one right here. You're going to be able to put your next one right here. So if you're going to make a really big batch, then I would suggest definitely taking a couple of different muffin tins to do them all. I'm just going to do 4 for now, and then take all the scraps, put it back together, re-roll it, and then just do a few more. I'm going to pop these into my oven that I have preheated 375 for about 12 minutes or so, or until they're a really beautiful golden brown color, and then we'll let them cool, fill them up, and eat them. My little cups were in the oven for 12 minutes. Now when they came out, what I did was I just took a sharp knife, and you can see I've got some scraps here, which it's a cook's treat because I've been snacking on them for the past 20 minutes while they cool. All I did was just run my knife around the edge just to get them more round, and that's it. And you let them cool for about 15-20 minutes, and then you just lift them right out. And there you have it. You can top this with any ice cream that you want. You can fill it with whatever you want, but of course, I'm gonna go traditional today with a scoop of ice cream. You know I'm gonna go for 2 as soon as this camera goes off. And then my sprinkles. You know what, I'll do a cherry too, just because it's cute. But as soon as you get out of here, I'm gonna do 2 scoops. And you can of course eat it like you normally would. I am gonna go like barbarian on this ice cream cup, and I'm just gonna break it apart and do like a dip. Dip it with the ice cream. That's why it's good. Because really, the ice cream is good and all, but I'm all about the cup. So, you should go to laurainthekitchen.com, get the written recipe, make these for your next outdoor get-together, or if you're just feeling fancy and you want to make something cool, make this recipe. It takes absolutely no fancy ingredients or equipment. You will love it, and everybody will think you're a rock star. Hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi guys! What the heck what was that? I almost shushed you. Okay, ready?